Hey Tiffany, what's up? Hey Half Moonim, how you doing? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys actually hear me? Ponim. Oh, it's you, Jade. What's up? Meownim, Wakeupnim, Orlongnim. It's been a while. Kimjungnim. Oh hey, says Sonanim. Joynim says, how are you? Jeskinim, Jennim, Sunshinenim, Maynim, Tongjinim, Kainim. Can you guys hear me? You guys can hear me okay? Holy shit, NJ님, where have you been? Holy shit, where have you been? I was actually wondering where you were. Man, where have you been? It's been forever. Like, seriously. Hold on a second. Oh, this looks pretty good. Bungapanim says, I gotta take a dump. Yeah, sure, go ahead. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Fellow. Hello, Ponginim, what's up? Sonkurangnim? Yeah, it's late, I know. I actually fell asleep. I was chatting with some of the people on Discord earlier, and I don't even know how or when I fell asleep, but I fell asleep and I just got up and I went back on Discord. I was chatting with my members there, and one of them suggested that I should stream, and so I thought, why not? Okay, we're just gonna do a little chat today. Hello, how is everybody doing? Yeah. Did you see what NJ님 just did? She like dropped a huge hello after like first time in forever, right? And she disappeared. 저 유튜브 채널 봤는데. Oh, NJ? NJ, you started a YouTube channel? Oh, I'm actually wearing the pajamas that I was talking about. These are the pajamas. I got a book you wrote. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Thanks for buying my book. Hello. Sonkurang님, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. I really couldn't have done it without you guys. Hello. How are you doing this evening? I know, right? It looks like Grandpa's old cardigan sweater, right? Yeah, I know. Thank you very much. Yeah, late night. I wasn't gonna stream. I had no intentions of streaming tonight, but one Ikanim suggested that I should stream. Yeah, I fell asleep. I wasn't really I guess I knew. I kind of knew to some extent that I would fall asleep, but yeah, these are actually pajamas. Oh, thank you. I just got up actually. I just got up no, seriously, I got up at 10:20 or something like that. Maybe I should have the Discord window open here. Hold on a second if I can get this to show it. Window capture, Discord. Oh, there we go. So we're gonna wait. Hold on a second while I add something here. How do I do this? Let's see. Let's hit 500. No, that's too much. 300, 200, 250, 270, 280, 290. That's good enough. Oh, although that's kind of there we go. There we go. Oh, this is your first time tuning into the stream. Welcome to the stream. This is not what we do usually, but we're just going to chat today because it's a very late weekend night. It's Saturday today, right? Yeah, it actually is very cozy and warm. Thank you very much, the Oceanim. I always use my phone while pooping, but I'm worried that it might get covered in germs. Yeah, your phone is probably covered in germs. Like, it's probably one of the dirtiest things that... Wow, look at this. I really like this. What do you guys think? Can you guys tell what it is? It's a picture of Chucky with his face completely messed up. Those aren't larvas on over his face, is it? 쌤, 저는 일주일 전에 큰 수술을 받았어요. 이제 아프지 않고 건강하게 잘 살 수 있도록 응원해 주세요. Oh, were you in an accident or something, or were you sick? Wow, a big surgery. Hey, congratulations, you made it out alive. You are a survivor. I don't know what it is exactly. You don't have to share with us what it was exactly, but so it's you're all well now? You're all well now? No more surgeries? That is, yeah. Everybody else is sending over their best wishes. Yeah, hope you recover well. You're not 100%, right? Just a week ago. It's only been a week, a huge surgery a week ago. I'm guessing you're not 100% yet, but we all hope you get better very quickly. How do I? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna open my English meetup tomorrow. Oh, okay. All right. Your English. Are you leading it? Are you leading the English meetup? 하수님, yeah. Get better, 하수님. 회복 중입니다. 포기하고 싶을 때도 있었는데 가족들 덕분에 버틸 수 있었어요. Wow. Wow, sounds really serious. Oh. NJName says, I've been doing just okay. I think I can say I've spent more time trying to find out how I should live my life, mindset-wise. I used to be too harsh on myself, but now I became more generous. Yeah, I think one of the, it's, people are so different. I mean, some people are way too generous to themselves, right? There are a lot of people. I know a lot of people who should be harder on themselves, but they never do. Okay, so you've been doing a little soul searching. I think it sounds like you've been doing some soul searching. So hey, we're all glad to see you back. So good to see you again. I was kind of wondering where you went. We will talk about money. Okay. That's always an interesting topic, isn't it? I just recognized that it is sad. Actually, in this case, you should say, I just realized. I just realized. I'll put this on as background while working on my side hustle. Oh, okay. What kind of side hustle do you have? Curious. 쌤, 남자한테 너 처음에 새침해 보였다 이 말을 하려고 하는 스나비? What the hell was that? What was that? What was that sound? There must be like a... Oh, there must be a rat in the wall. I think we have rats in our walls. I don't know what 새침해 is. What is 새침해? Snobby? Snobby is... I don't know if snobby is actually 새침. I just got it. What's going on with the screen? Are those ads? Oh, no. This is just our Discord server. Just in case I wanted to see what people were sharing on Discord. These sweaters are what's called... So, Ikenim says, isn't this something that might affect? Yeah, I definitely would have considered buying that. snobby라는 단어를 써도 되냐고요? I don't really know if snobby is 새침. I'm not really sure what 새침 means. I've definitely heard of the expression 새침한, but I never really understood what it meant. Oh, you're the host. Okay. All right. So it's like it's your first time starting it up. I've only caught up on short editing versions of live stream. I'm so glad I can... Oh, this is your first time joining in one of our streams. Okay, welcome to the stream. Weekend quickly goes. I can't believe that tomorrow's Sunday already. Yeah, weekends are way too short, aren't they? 선한의 형수님, thank you. Your kind word, that means a lot. We're talking about ugly... we were talking about ugly Christmas sweaters. I didn't really know they were a thing. I didn't know ugly Christmas sweaters was a thing. Soul searching is what I've been doing lately too. I think everyone at numerous points throughout their lives, go on soul searching journeys. Some soul searching journeys take longer than others. We all go through... I think we're all constantly soul searching to varying degrees. You know what I mean? We're all soul searching through numerous points of our lives in varying degrees, if that makes sense. I think it's just, part of our nature. Yeah, it's good to see NJ name back. Notification just came. YouTube sucks. Ikenim just got here. We started this live stream because of Ikenim. She just got here. All right, welcome. Hi Sam, are you currently living in Seoul or overseas? I am not in Seoul and I'm not overseas. I'm in Korea though. I'm in Korea, but I don't live in Seoul. How about you? S Young Im, where do you live? I wondered what you were going on. Good to see you. Oh, okay, saying hi to NJ. Oh, Punginim, thank you very much for the super chat. That's awesome, man. I wasn't expecting any today. Recent ChatGPT videos you uploaded have stirred me up into purchasing AI-based English learning apps. How you've constantly been affecting my life. Hello, for 6 years, no less. Thanks. Wow, okay, that's hey, thanks for the super chat. I know that a lot of you are not really interested in the ChatGPT videos like the one that I uploaded this morning, but I mean personally they're very fun to make. It's always fun to talk to my ChatGPT. I have joined your live a couple of times, but I can see I am more focused with the live. Oh, I see. Okay. 공짜 토킹이 있다고 해서 찾아왔습니다. All right. Welcome to the stream. Is this your first time tuning into the stream? Welcome. You're finally done. You're off work now. Now you have all the time you want to do anything you want, right? How is? I enjoy the video. I think it's even harder than hardcore. it's even more difficult than our hardcore videos that we have, because it's like, I mean, it's just a video of two people talking almost. It's a lot of fun to make, actually. I might as well just make a bunch of those videos instead of anything else. No, Sam, I was about to go to bed just before, but I noticed a notification. That's why I'm here at this hour. It's been a while. It's been a while, Jason. Oh, Jasonim. Yeah, it's been a while. How have you been, man? How have you been? 사람 셀 때 어떻게 쓰는 것이 맞나요? Two people, two packs? I'm not sure about packs, but yeah, two people, three people. You mean like packs of people? Not really sure. I always enjoy the previous YouTube video about this. Yeah, I mean, I think it did cross my mind that it could be the direction that I'm headed in terms of like the content wise. That ChatGPT pick up the user's 성향, because that ChatGPT you talked is kind of sarcastic. Yeah. No, I told it to behave that way. I constantly feed different sorts of directions in terms of how I want it to behave. I should have watched it before coming here. I mean, you can watch it later. It's okay. Last week I watched Insidious 1 through 4. I remember you referred to the movie as a family-loving, touching movie. It was more than that. Thanks. Yeah, it's more than that, isn't it? It's more than that. Actually, I really, really did not enjoy 4. Like, later into the sequels, it gets really, really bad. 4 was... Oh, wait. No, wait. Am I thinking about the right one? Actually, the one after... Oh, shoot. No, the one after 4 is actually pretty good. Red Door. Red Door was actually pretty good. I really enjoyed that one. It was really fun to watch the grown-up version of... I think his name is Caleb? Is the son's name Caleb? I think it's Caleb. Anyway, it was really fun to watch the full-grown version of their son. And he's he's a really good actor, I think. And it looks like he's grown up to be a fine gentleman. So that was fun to see. But 3 and 4 were really bad. Insidious 3 and 4 were really bad. I thought they were really bad. I have quite a few caps. I probably need to count them. If I were to guess, I'd say I have like close to 30 caps. I don't even know which caps are mine and which are my wife's, because we both own quite a few caps, and we just have all of them in the same place. I have quite a few at my studio and quite a few in here. Well, not quite a few, but I have a few in here. I saw a limitation, 14 persons in the elevator so many times. Yeah, if I'm being really honest, I'm not exactly sure what the difference is between people and persons. Not really sure. You're still working? Oh, 저볼까님. What kind of work do you do? Yeah, hit the like button, please. I'm begging you. 미소진님. A few days ago, I went to a bookstore near Gangnam Station, and I was amazed at how fast Korean students spoke English. Students? Okay. How did you know they were students? Was it obvious? Were they wearing uniforms or something? In the English books section, kids were chatting fluently in English. Oh, okay. Well, I guess students nowadays are just learning that much faster. Is this how people feel when Bummerson reads their remarks? You mean comments on live stream real time? I'm amazed and feel more engaged. I think that's part of the appeal. That is part of the appeal. Today's cap is from Cardinals. Yeah, the Cardinals. I mean, I don't really watch baseball. I just picked out this hat because it was red. It was red and it kind of fit me. It doesn't really fit me that well anymore. Not really sure why. Maybe my head is getting smaller. I told my ChatGPT to always take my side and cheer me on no matter what I say. Laugh out loud. It's been my self-esteem booster these days. That's great. Although ChatGPT that's kind of like the default state that ChatGPT is in, isn't he? Or she? Isn't it? It's always very supportive, isn't it? I'm wondering how I say gender of dogs on the street in English when I don't know their gender. In my experience, like, because I'm out with my dogs very often, and I actually run into quite a few foreigners when I'm out there. And many of them, they just talk to my dog, and they just, start interacting with my dog, and they just assume it's a girl. Like, I have one female and one male, right? Amber is a female and Brody is a male. But they just interact with it as if it's a girl. She said, oh, she's so pretty. And then I say, oh, it's a he. And they say, oh, he's so pretty. And that's it. That's all you need to know. You don't have to get it right the first time. And you don't necessarily have to ask whether it's a girl or a boy. You can just assume one side and, let the conversation flow. Wearing Cardinals cap this time. That's my favorite team. Oh, really? Okay. That's great. Oh, thank you. I turned to live on both of PC and mobile, but I recognize the speed of streaming is different. It's faster on your mobile device, isn't it? Actually, it really depends. Really depends. Like, is your PC hooked up to a gigabit Ethernet, or if it's just on Wi-Fi? Do you feel pressure to always wear a red hat ever since people started calling you Bomber Sam? No, not at all. Here, let me show you. How about that? What do you guys think? I really, damn, holy shit! I really look like a Sinim now, right? What do you guys think? Call me Sinim. Did you believe in Santa when you were a kid? I guess, sure. I guess so. And there was never a point where I felt disappointed after learning that he wasn't real. I don't know. It's just, yeah. But I think so, I guess. There's a 외국인 학교 in our neighborhood, and I get to see teenagers talk to each other in English. They seem to be more comfortable with English than with Korean, so the kids in Gangnam could be the case too. Yeah, I really don't know what the education is like in terms of like foreign language goes these days. But I'm sure it's a lot better than when we were growing up. I'm sure the conditions are a lot better than when we were growing up. I thought you can call it a dog it. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. Personally, I would never, if I were interacting with someone's dog on the street, I would never say it. Because I know how close the owner feels with their dog in terms of their relationship. So I would never call it it. But that's kind of like how generally refer to a dog. Refer not only dogs, but all animals. All animals are generally referred to as it. But that's like in the context of talking about animals in general, not someone's pet. When I'm referring to someone's pet, I would always choose one, like either he or a she. Yeah. Rude? I don't want you to worry about that. I don't want you to worry about that. Yeah. Oh my, I look so much like a 스님 today. 채팅하는 날은 수업은 없고 채팅만 해요. 저는 녹화만 자주 봐서 보통 앞부분 넘기고 수업 내용만 보고 채팅은 처음 봐서요. Yeah, we don't. We're not gonna get into anything too deep today. I know, right? I can't believe. Oh my gosh. Ultimately, it's repetition. I don't have that here. Shit. Yeah, I know, right? They probably let you know if it's kind of getting warm in here, though. It gets really warm in that hat. I'm not going to be wearing that. A monk who's interested in eating. And the funny thing is, in the beginner English conversation section, there were only adults. And the funny thing is, in the beginner English conversation section, there were only adults. Oh, what are you talking about? Which one? Which one are you talking about? They call a baby it. Like a human baby? Or like a puppy? 관세음보살. I don't know what that means. I don't even know what 반야심경 is. Sounds like a Chinese place. Like a late night Chinese place. 스피킹해야 비로소 들리는 것들로 책 내주세요. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean by that? Can you give me an example? 스피킹해야 비로소 들리는 것. Oh! Oh, okay. Because of the 스님 look. That's a good one. Oh, that's so funny. Speaking 비로소 들리는 것. Hey, what was the original title? What was it? I forget. It was I forget what the original title was. What was the original title? What was it? Is it 멈춰서야 비로소 보이는 것들? Is that the original title? Oh, 멈추면? Is it just me, or do I feel like monks are some of the most selfish people in the world? Is it me? Am I the only one who thinks that? Like, monks are some of the most selfish people in the world. They're not greedy, but they're incredibly selfish because they are committed to spending all their time and energy for themselves, right? Like, solely for themselves. Isn't it? Don't they? They're so committed to that idea, to that way of life. Only thinking about themselves and only focusing on themselves, going deeper into themselves, isolating themselves from the world, not interacting with the world. Sometimes they spend months not even talking to anybody. You know what I mean? I mean, I love some of their teachings, and I love some of the things that they do, and some of the, you know, I really resonate with some of the things that they say. But I know, and it's for some reason it feels wrong to say that about monks, right? Or any religious community, or right? But I don't know. I just when I took a step back and looked at their way of life, they seem really selfish. 양치하고 일찍 자라 승찬아 한번. 승찬아, 양치하고 일찍 자. 응? 양치하고 일찍 자라. 양치하고 일찍 자라, 양찬아. 승찬아. 양치해야지. Get ready for bed. No! In this house. Wash those teeth. Wash those teeth, 양찬이가 승찬. Hey, 승찬, wash those teeth. They better be shining like Tiffany couplings when you're out. They better be blinding white. No, he's in bed now? Okay. I guess that's one way to put it, laugh aloud. But aren't we all only interested in our own lives most of the time as well? Sure. I think people with some, of course there are exceptions, but yeah, most people I'd say are selfish. People are selfish in nature, I think. 은종아, 게임 좀 그만하고 자라. 게임 좀. It is too hard to describe it. Well, God is God. If the Lord communicate you directly, you would be shocked. Just surrender. I was healed. I never asked about healing. So you were miraculously healed by God, Skyneem? That's awesome. I wish I could meet God. It would be interesting. I don't know why I hated brushing my teeth so much when I was a kid. I can't wait to brush my teeth after meals now. I was like that up until like very recently. If I'm being honest. And that's why my teeth got fucked up. Stop playing games and go to bed. If I had a kid, I would probably be like always asking my kid what game they were playing, and I would probably ask them to let me play too. Hey Hongshinin, what's up? I'm doing alright, how are you? 이놈 하신다 24년. 승찬이, 은정이 다 boys. Well, I'm sure. We just had two people talking about their kid in the chat, so let's not say all boys. Let's just say both. You know, both were boys. I stream on weekdays. Oh, you mean like late at night? Are you talking about late at night, like late night streams? 스님들은 고기 안 드시고 채식하니까 환경이 기여한다고 볼 수도 있을 것 같아요. Yeah, you could look at it that way. However, something that I heard is that producing vegetables for food, right? Producing vegetables require animals as well. From what I hear, when you're strictly talking about statistics, you are killing just as many animals as if you were just eating meat. As you know, so vegetarians, effectively speaking, vegetarians are contributing to the slaughtering of animals just as much as meat eaters. This is something that an expert said during a podcast that I was listening to. Have you guys heard this? Because it actually takes a lot of animals. It requires a lot of animals to grow that much vegetables. You've never heard this? 스님도 모기 잡을까요? 누가 다큐멘터리 봤는데 스님마다 다르다고 하는데. Uh-oh. So every 스님 is different. I heard avocado is the worst for the environment. What? You mean like raising avocados? I was wondering, do you have a particular vision or direction for your channel next year? I have no such thing as vision or direction. I don't think about the future very much. I just do whatever and anything that I want. Anything that I feel like. I'm not the planning type of person. Nobody knows what's going to happen. Like tomorrow I might decide I just shut down the channel. Really? Oh my gosh. 모기는 잡아요. How so? 쌤, 영어로 대화한다는 게 이렇게 힘든 일인지 몰랐어요. 하지만 쌤의 가르침대로 100번 읽어 제 자신을 조각한다는 마인드로 열심히 해볼게요. Okay, so did you just find that out? How did you find that out? I heard avocado trees consume too much water to grow. Well, if it's just water, I guess it's not that bad. I guess if it's water. If it's just water, I guess it's not that bad. Oh my gosh, shutting down your channel. The only thing that really keeps me going is just doing what I want to do, however I want to do it, and not trying to make this feel too much like a business, because when I start taking on like business deals with the channel, sure, I'll probably make a lot more money, but it's going to just feel like work, and I'm going to feel like, you know, I can't do things at my own pace or take a break whenever I want to, and it's just going to get really stressful. Even when it comes to content, I know I think I talked a little bit about this before, but I kind of do know what people want. I do know what I need to do in order to get more views, I think. But when I start committing myself to that and only thinking about the business side of things, it's going to start to get really stressful. So I'm trying not to do that. Avocado. Wow, I had no idea. It's funny that you're talking about avocados, because today my brother-in-law told me something that I never heard before. He told me that only humans can eat avocados. Is that true? Did you guys hear this too? Only humans can consume avocado and not have any repercussions. Is that true? Really? Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Hey, Donnie, is it true that only humans can eat avocados?
Nope, not just humans. Animals like birds and some mammals eat avocados too. But avocados can be toxic to some animals, like dogs and cats, due to a substance called persin. So, while they're a tasty treat for some, they're not for everyone.
Guess my brother-in-law was wrong. No. Is that my brother-in-law? No. Nope. Anyway, everyone here, what was you guys doing up at this hour? I'm just curious. We're just hanging out. We're just having a little chat. Punchline? Is that a movie? A few days ago, I saw a male teenager, maybe a senior or junior in high school or middle school, watching video game, literally just watching. Pooh, he said it's fun. Watching other people play video games, is that what you're referring to? It's very popular. It's very popular content. It's probably one of the most popular streaming contents that you can find. In the show Good Place, Chidi says almond is also bad for environment, but I don't know why. Yeah, I have no idea. Spirit that you just do what you want. These live streams, it depends. Usually, I'd say on average, like between an hour and a half and 2 hours. On average. 다른 동물들은 못 먹는다고 하더라고요. 독이 있대요. Yeah. Obviously, they're toxic, but not to all animals, apparently. I just asked ChatGPT and it says not all animals. Oh, you just had avocado today? Avocado and salmon. Best thing ever. Well, I'm sure it sounds really healthy. It sounds really, really healthy. I have something that makes me upset, but when I have this class, I become calmer. Oh, okay. That's great. It's great that you feel that way about these streams. How do you use the Apple AI? I haven't used it yet. I have not used Apple AI yet. Yeah, ChatGPT. 블루베리 뒷뜰에 심었는데 블루베리 흙이 따로 있더라고요. Oh, you're supposed to use a special kind of dirt, soil for blueberries? I didn't know that. Oh, it's actually a pajama. These are actually pajamas. I'm wearing pajamas right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm wearing pajamas. Something that I heard online, well, not what I heard, something I read online, is when you buy fruit or vegetables from the market, and when you are left with like the seed, I guess vegetables don't have seeds, but when you have some fruit, when you buy some fruit, take the seeds, go out to a nearby wooden area, right? Like a wooden area, like a forest or like a park, and just like throw them everywhere. And some of them actually grow. I don't know if that's true, but I read that some people actually do that. And so after they start doing that, they don't really need to. I guess it depends on the climate of where you are. But ChatGPT 거짓말을 밥 먹듯 하기 때문에 꼭 구글링 따로 해봐야 합니다. Okay, that makes sense. 소년 channel, what's this? Oh, is this a suit? Oh, this is a suit you can actually wear. Look at that. It's a suit that you can wear. Sam, what's your MBTI? I have no idea. My viewers have told me that I am a T. Right? Did you guys tell me that I was a T? Some of my viewers have told me that I'm a T. I'm like a big fat T. I don't know if that's true though, because I've never really... Well, I have taken the test, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, I gave my ChatGPT a name. I call it Donnie, because every time I call on my ChatGPT, I don't want to say, hey, ChatGPT, so I just gave it a name. Am I a big fat T? I'll take it. It's nice to be a part of something. It feels nice to be a part of something. I feel a sense of belonging, you know. I believe Yuyeon-nim says, I believe you must be a T. Okay, then I am. See, for me, what's more important is how you guys feel about me. I don't care what some test tells me. I'm not gonna take a test and have a test define who I am. NJ Neem says, I think you are INTJ. Okay. I'll take it. Something tells me you must be an ISTP. I'll take that too. INTJ, ISTP. I think I like the sound of INTJ better. It just rolls off the tongue a little more smoothly, you know. INTJ. How about what would you say? What if your wife say, I bought some breads because I'm sad? So, hey, someone brought this up last time. Someone brought this up last time. Is this in the test? Is this question in the IMT? What is it? Shit. MT what? Oh shit! I forgot the name of the test. What? MBTI? Is this question actually in the test? It's one of the questions in the test? What? MBTI, right. Oh, not the official test. Okay. It's just a quick and dirty way to find out if you're a big fat T or not. Actually, after our last stream, I asked my wife, what would she say if someone came to her and said, hey, I bought some bread because I was feeling down and I was feeling depressed and sad. And you know what she said? She said, 맛있게 먹어. Or something along those lines. And that's pretty much what I would say too. What, do I need to get up and clap? It's like, oh, come on, let's, I think that's the healthiest way you can respond to someone. That's probably the healthiest way you can respond to someone saying, oh, I bought some bread because I was sad. Right? I'm not going to baby the person. I'm not going to, 빵 샀어. 우울해서 빵 샀어. 무슨 빵 샀어? 아저씨도 한 입 먹을까? Like, what the hell? I'm not going to baby the person, right? You should definitely watch this. Triplets answering the bread question. It's amazing. Two girls never care about the bread and just focus on how their mom felt. Oh. Interesting. I mean, no, like think about it. Because that's the first thing that comes to mind. Like, why is this person acting like a baby? I don't know. I don't know. My yeah, sure, I'll so my MBTI is TTTT? Okay, I'll take it. But the boy tried to ignore his mom's difficult question. He just turned his head and never asked about how his mom felt. Okay. So this was like a social experiment done on kids to kind of show how people are different. I was grabbing a beer after getting my son to fall asleep. As soon as okay, here's my issue with that about that 우울해서 빵 샀어 situation. Like, okay, so let's say you actually bought some bread because you were feeling sad. You shouldn't tell anybody that. You know, and you should not be buying bread just because you were feeling blue. Come on. Come on. Need comfort and support. I don't know. If it were me, I would just get to the bottom of it. I would explain exactly why I was feeling sad or blue. I'm not going to say that I bought bread. I was a nanny in the States, and I asked the same question to kid who I take care of, and he said, "Did you buy mine too?" Did you buy mine too? Did you buy mine too? You don't need to act like a baby, but you could try to care about how that person feels. Okay, so it totally depends on who that person is. It would totally depend on who the person is. So if I'm being a little bit serious about that question, I think this is true for all people. It depends on who is coming to you and saying that. Wouldn't you agree? It totally depends. There is no good or bad. It's about seeing what you focus on. If you are T, you will focus on buying bread. If you are F, focus on emotion. Okay, so that's kind of what it comes down to, yeah? Like, imagine someone you absolutely hate comes to you and says that. Are you going to ask them about their emotion? No. Thanks. Probably. Okay, I should probably take this PC to my office. Sam, can you swim? If I remember correctly, my wife is a good swimmer. She has competed in contests, but I cannot swim. I've been studying in New Zealand for 2 years so far. I'm going back to Korea tomorrow. So excited. Oh, okay. What have you been doing in New Zealand? What have you been doing there? I go to swim every morning, 6 a.m. class. It's been 3 months. Oh, so are you learning? You've been learning for 6 months? What about volleyball? What happened to your volleyball classes? Are you still going to your volleyball classes? Oh, no. She's better than she thinks she is, but she's a little bit shy about it, I think. So T may also suggest other practical solutions to make him feel better instead of buying bread. Yeah, people do different things. People respond differently to things, so. Yeah, I think she's she's either very athletic or she tries to be athletic. So that's good, right? Either way. It's good either way. I also used to swim every day. Oh, this one's easy. She was my student. Yeah. Volleyball too, of course, 4 days a week. Yikes! Wow. Okay, keeping yourself busy every morning. That's awesome. Early in the morning for that too, right? For volleyball. Sam, what's the most memorable place you've traveled to? For me, it was the Grand Canyon. It was amazing. Yeah, I've been to Grand Canyon a couple of times when I was a kid. Obviously, I don't have much memory of it. I'm sure if I went there now, it would be amazing. But for me, I actually haven't traveled to many places. The only places I've been to are Ireland, Japan, obviously the US, and I think my favorite was Japan. I just loved it in Japan. 영어 너무 어려워요. Yes, you're right. You're right. And having learned both languages, I don't speak both languages perfectly. I'm nowhere near a native speaker in either language. But when having some experience with both languages, I feel like Korean is a little harder. I like to see myself somewhere in the middle. Like I'm neither fluent in English nor in Korean. So I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle, but who knows, right? Who can be sure if I'm really in the middle, right? I may be leaning slightly towards one side, but having experienced both languages, I feel like Korean is a little harder. Yeah. I try to do these as often as I can. I don't do them every day, and we don't have a fixed schedule, but I just stream as often as I can. New Zealand has some of the best scenery in the world, like snowy mountains, peace lakes, and beautiful forests. 어느 영어책 외운 본문입니다. Okay. Yeah. 아내분하고 영어로 대화하세요? No. Only when we're joking around sometimes. Been working even today. Oh, okay. All right. So you're in New Zealand now as you are tuning into the stream, right? You were a thief. What do you mean? For meeting my wife in a classroom? Why does that make me a thief? Why does that make me a thief? Oh! Never mind. What is there to say? It's the story that, many of us, you've heard about many times before. She was in my classroom. She was like the most beautiful woman I've seen, so, I asked her out. That's what happened. I kidnapped her mind. She was a full-grown adult. She made her own decision. I didn't make her do anything. I didn't steal anything. Oh, her heart. I merely made a suggestion. What do you think of the song 아파트? I actually heard that song. My wife turned it on the radio. She said, oh, this is the song that everybody's talking about. And it was... I didn't really feel much. It was just a song. If I'm being completely honest, I felt absolutely nothing after hearing the song. It's, I guess I felt one thing. It's not the kind of song that I normally listen to. I used to swim more than 10 years, not anymore, though. Oh, why did you stop? Varies from morning. Oh, okay. I see. No, it's not that interesting. Everybody wants it to be interesting, but it's not. The other day, JEK님 발음 빨리 하는 법을 알려달라고요. The other day. If I'm being very, very straightforward and honest, no fluff, right? No bullshit. The only way that I know to pronounce this quickly is to practice. There's nothing that you can do that will enable you to say it quickly other than just repetition and practice. There's nothing else. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true. It's true. Ark National Park in Utah. I've never been to Utah. 시원 호흡이 어려워서 배영에서 다음 단계가 잘 못 넘어감. 아하, I see. Sam, what are you planning to do when December 25th comes? I have no idea. I don't plan that far into the future. I don't even know what I'm going to do next week. I know that's Christmas. I know you're talking about Christmas, but I don't have any Christmas plans. I don't know. Maybe I'll stream that day. 듣기는 쉬운데 한국말도 잘 못해서 그런가 싶기도 해요. 어떤 걸 말씀이시지? 여친이 미국인인데도 영어가 늘지를 않아. I admit how far I've come, but still a lot of things I still don't know. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Just do the best you can. No, because I don't speak Japanese like at all. You watched Wicked and it's not bad? Oh, okay. Oh, there was a lot of controversy surrounding that movie recently. Because of something that the main actress in that movie, because of something that she said on Twitter or something, on X. I really want to go to the Grand Canyon in Utah. It's one of my dreams. That's something on your bucket list, right? It's definitely worth a visit. Wouldn't you guys say? It's definitely worth a visit. 작년까지 쌤 영상 보고 공부 열심히 했어요. 라이브에 댓글 다는 건 처음입니다. Oh, that's great. It's good to finally have you here on stream. Welcome to the stream. You should come by more often. Is there any schedule for a live stream or just random? It's just random. We do these randomly, quite randomly. Basically는 어떤 상황에 사용하나요? 감이 잘 안 와요. Basically? Basically라고 말을 하는 거는 더 구체적으로 할 얘기가 많은 상황에서 그냥 간단하게만 추려서 얘기를 하고 싶을 때 또는 어떤 것의 근본에 대한 얘기를 할 때요. 근데 이런 설명을 해드려봤자 사실 예문을 많이 실제 활용을 많이 보고 들어보지 않으면은요 어차피 잘 이해가 안 갈 거예요. 왜냐면 설명을 이해를 하는 것과 실제로 그거를 어떤 상황, 어떤 맥락에서 쓰는 건지를 실제로 직접 느끼는 것과는 많이 다르거든요. So, yeah, sure. Yeah, I asked her out. I think I asked her out. Not really sure. It's a long time ago. I think it's huge luck for me that I don't have to learn Korean. Korean is so difficult to learn. Yeah, I think so too. I think we should feel lucky that we're not in the position of having to learn Korean. To me, your wife's situation feels like living with 일타 강사. I envy her. Living with 일타 강사. Is that a really good thing? It depends on the person, right? I'm sure there are a lot of 일타 강사 who are like horrible in terms of like their character, who they are, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, of course, absolutely. All I'm saying is that, you know, a person's occupation doesn't really determine who that person is or what kind of person that is. You were supposed to teach her English, but also taught her love. I never taught her love, I think. We just... It's funny because one thing that I do remember early into our relationship was we shared a lot of the same sort of hateful feelings towards certain types of people and things. So if I think about it, I think the foundation of our love was actually hate. We hated the same things. We hated the same things, and that's kind of how we were drawn to each other. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think that's... When I think about it now, it never occurred to me back then, but now that when I think about it, yeah. You know, hate is a very strong emotion. It wasn't about like one or two specific things. I think it was, you know, a variety of different things. 그러면서 그늘 보면서 영어 공부했어요. That's great. 궁금한 건 that's why와 so를 사용하는 게 어떤 차이고 언제 쓰는지 알고 싶어요. Alright, let's do some learning. Can anybody help? Can anybody help? Can anybody help with this? Okay, so the problem with that's why and so is that we assume that they're the same. We assume that we don't understand the difference because they both translate to 그래서. Right? 그래서. So basically we can say that that's why. Wait, hold on a second. That's why is 그래서 그랬던 거야. Or 그래서인 거야. But so is 그래서 어떻게 했어? You see what I mean? I was trying to protect my dog. That's why I punched him. I didn't have he suddenly grabbed me out of nowhere. He suddenly grabbed me. So I punched him. Right? I was trying to protect my dog. That's why I punched him. 나는 내 개를 보호하려는 거였어. 그래서 그를 주먹으로 때린 거야. So you're explaining the reason. 이유를 설명하는 거죠. He suddenly grabbed me, so I punched him. 그가 갑자기 날 잡아서 내가 주먹으로 쳤어. 오케이? 이거는 이렇게 해서 그래서 이렇게 했다. Right? 이거는 이유를 설명하는 거죠. I have lived in Seoul 이라고 하면 나는 서울에 살고 있다인가요? 서울에 살아본 적이 있다인가요? It depends on the context. 맥락에 따라서 달라요. 근데 대부분의 경우에는 산 적이 있다요. 산 적이 있다. 산 적이 있다. 모든 것은 그 대화의 흐름이나 어떤 얘기를 하고 있었고 어떤 얘기가 오가고 있었고 이런 것에 따라서 달라질 수가 있는데 지금 그것만 놓고 보면은요. In most cases 대부분의 경우에는 산 적이 있다요. She was running late. That's why she took a taxi instead of the bus. 그러니까 이것도요. 보시면은 she was running late. That's why she took a taxi instead of 이거는 그러니까 이 that's why를 단순히 그래서라고만 알고 있으면 안 돼요. 제가 만약에 이거를 해석을 한다면 그래서 이렇게 했던 거야. 이유를 설명하는 거죠. 그래서 이렇게 했던 거야. Okay? 만약에 이거를 똑같이 she was running late so she took a taxi instead of the bus. 이렇게 하면은 그래서 이렇게 했어가 되고요. 오케이? 그래서 이렇게 했어. 살고 있으면 live나 been living in을 더 쓰려나요? Yeah, that's right. I live in Seoul and I'm living in Seoul. 서울에 살고 있다는 현재를 나타내고 싶으면 그냥 일반 동사 쓰지 않나요? 현재요? Yeah. 근데 그러니까 이게 뉘앙스가 좀 달라요. 보세요. 한국어에 보세요. 저 서울에 살아요. 저 지금 서울에 살고 있어요. 그쵸? 살고 있다라고 하는 게 조금 더 현재 이 시점, 그 전에는 달랐었고 앞으로도 달라질 수 있는 여지가 있지만 어쨌든 지금 현 시점은 어떤 상태다를 조금 더 이렇게 핀포인트를 해서 하는 느낌이 있죠. I live in Seoul은 조금 더 폭넓은 느낌으로 얘기를 하는 거고요. 그냥 일반적인 사실처럼 얘기를 하고요. 오케이? 네, 그쵸. 그런 느낌이 있는 거죠. 그리고 그런 느낌을 우리가 내고 싶을 때가 있겠죠. 상황에 따라서. 그래서 I'm living in 이라는 말은 보통 어떤 현재를 가리키는 시간 표현이랑 같이 쓰는 경우가 많아요. Like right now, currently, at the moment 이런 말들과 잘 어울리죠. 그렇다고 해서 현재형이랑 못 쓰는 건 아닌데 진행형이랑 잘 어울리죠. Right now I'm living in Seoul. Currently I'm living in Seoul. At the moment, as of right now, I'm living in Seoul. 뭐 등등등. Hillary, you name it's been a while. My husband and I went to Seoul to meet my daughter and her boyfriend. That's great. We had a good time having meal, coffee, and visiting Yangpyeong. That's Amber's hometown. Weather was so good and the sky was clean. Yeah, it must have been a really nice day. You must be feeling really good about today. Sounds like you had a wonderful day. Good for you. Oh, thank you, Ponggi님. That's very nice of you. Lethargic? 원어민들 lethargic 무기력해진 자주 쓰네. Lethargic. I've heard it. 근데 제가 느끼기에는요, 제 경험을 그냥 토대로 얘기를 하자면, I mean, yeah, some people, I think it's more common in British English. 영국식 영어에서 조금 더 흔히 많이 쓰이는 것 같아요. Speaking from my own experience. What are you gonna do on Christmas? I have no plans. What do you guys think I should do? How crazy would it be if I just streamed all day on Christmas? Actually, my wife and I talked about maybe going on a short trip somewhere. I live in 서울은 나 서울 토박이. I'm living in 서울은 어디 출신인지 모르는 현재 서울 사는 중 느낌. 그렇게 극단적이진 않아요. It's not that extreme. 그냥 이렇게 생각하셔야 돼요. 이거를 너무 그 말 속에 내포된 의미, 뭐 이걸 너무 해석할 필요는 없고 그냥 이렇게 생각하세요. I live in Seoul. 나 서울에 살아. I'm living in Seoul. 나 서울에 살고 있어. 오케이? 만약에 여러분이 이게 그래서 이 시제를 어떤 상황에서 쓰는 건지에 대한 그 내막을 다 따진다면 한국어부터 따지세요. 나 서울에 살아. 이거랑 나 서울에 살고 있어. 이거를 우리가 어떻게 구분하는지 그거를 생각하세요. 그러면은 아마 찾으시는 답이 나올 거예요. Okay? If you can find an explanation. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a while. 귀찮아라는 말을 가장 자연스럽게 영어로 바꾸려면 어떻게 해야 할까요? 일단 다른 분들에게 기회를 좀 드릴게요. 저는 알고 있는데 일단 이게 하나로 딱 정해져 있진 않아요. 왜냐면 귀찮은 게 우리가 귀찮아라는 딱 그거죠. 딱 그 말. 아, 귀찮아. 이거. 오케이. 그 건도회님인가요? 건도회님이네요. 건도회님. 일단 그 뭔지 어떻게 얘기를 하는 건지를 알려드리기 전에 꼭 당부하고 싶은 것은요. 일단 한국어와 영어는 Korean and English are different languages. They are different languages. So, it's only natural for the languages to be used differently. It's only natural for things to be expressed differently. 무슨 얘기냐면 다른 언어이기 때문에 표현 어떤 같은 마음이나 어떤 상황 속에서 그때 그들이 하는 말, 표현하는 방식이 다를 거라는 것은 당연한 거예요. 그걸 꼭 생각해야 돼요. 우리가 이렇게 이런 상황에서 이렇게 얘기를 한다고 해서 그게 반드시 그들도 똑같은 방식으로 표현이 된다라는 이 자연스럽게 그렇게 기대를 하기 마련인데 그거를 일단 극복을 좀 해야 돼요. 오케이? 네. 오케이. 일단 having said that 그 얘기를 해놨으니까요. 귀찮아. 귀찮아. 야, 우리 저기 갈래? 귀찮아. 이거에 제가 느끼기에 가장 근접한 표현은 이거예요. 예를 들어서 우리 뭐 해먹을까? 귀찮아. 이거는 이거예요. I don't want to. Nah, I don't want to. I don't want to. 제 경험으로는요. 물론 이거 말고 다른 표현들도 있어요. 귀찮은 마음을 이렇게 꼭 얘기를 해야 될 것 같아요. 귀찮은 마음을 영어로 표현하는 방법은 여러 가지가 있어요. 다시 말할게요. 귀찮은 마음을 영어로 표현하는 방식은 여러 가지가 있는데 그 중에서 가장 호환성이 좋은, 가장 활용도가 많은, 가장 사용 빈도가 많은 게 don't want to예요. don't want to예요. 표현은 많아요. 비슷한 표현은 많아요. 그리고 그때그때 상황에 따라서 어울리는 게 있기 마련인데 그 중에서 활용도가 가장 높고 호환성이 가장 좋은 게 뭐냐라고 하시면은 don't want to예요. This is probably not the answer you were expecting or the answer that you want. 아마 뭔가 우리말처럼 그냥 하나로 모든 게 다 너무나도 잘 어울리는 딱 하나가 있길 바라는 마음은 알지만 I'm sorry. 그런 게 있었으면 벌써 알고 계실 거예요. 그게 없기 때문에 모르시는 거예요. 그게 없기 때문에 계속해서 이 질문은 계속 나와요. 이 질문이 공통적으로 계속 나오는 이유가 그게 딱 하나로 정해져 있지 않기 때문이에요. 선택할 수 없는 상황에서의 귀찮음? 출근하기 귀찮아? Don't want to. Don't want to. 만약에 출근하기 진짜 귀찮다. 이 마음을 제가 표현하지. Fuck, I don't want to go to work. 그냥 이거예요. Fuck, I don't want to go to work. That's what you say. Okay? Everybody says, story of my life. 설거지가 귀찮다. 설거지가 귀찮아요? 설거지 하기 귀찮다고요? 그 얘기죠. 설거지 하고 싶지 않다라고 하면 돼요. 하기 싫어 includes 귀찮아. Yeah, pretty much. That's right. That is right. 5살 아들 유치원 영어 상담 다녀왔어요. That's great. 원어민 쌤도 상담에 나오셔서 저의 기초적인 영어로 신나게 대화하고 왔네요. 더 깊이 있는 영어 하고 싶어요. So yeah, it's gonna take yeah, that's great. You did great. You did well. And I hope you can improve your English. Yeah. 번거롭다. hassle는 어떤 상황에서 쓸까요? 그렇죠? 번거로운 것에 대해서 얘기할 때. 번거롭다. I gotta do the dishes, but I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. 설거지는 참 귀찮은 일이야. 라는 말을 하고 싶으신데 설거지는 참 귀찮은 일이야. Yeah. Pain in the butt. Pain. Such a pain. 아니면 I'm sick of doing dishes all the time. Makes me sick. Drives me nuts. 원어민들끼리 하는 대화를 캐치하기가 쉽지 않은데 방법이 없냐고요? 너무 빨리 말하고 연음 처리도 장난 아니더라고요. 이렇게 이거는 이제 이렇게 얘기를 할 수밖에 없어요. 한국어는요. 만약에 외국인이 한국어에 대해서 RM님이 하신 얘기랑 똑같이 느껴요. 그럼 어떤 조언을 해주겠어요? Same thing. Because English is just a language. English is just a language. Yeah, such a pain. 그쵸, 이거죠. 이거예요. 맞아요. 너무나도 100%잖아요. 그쵸? 너무나도 확실한 거예요. 진짜 이 방법밖에 없어요. We know that. 영어도 마찬가지예요. Same thing. I think my English is pretty good, but I'm afraid of talking with native speakers. Yeah, I know how you feel. And it's, there's nothing that you can do that can just take away that fear. The only thing you can really do is just face it and overcome it slowly and gradually. 외국인이 영어 할 줄 아냐고 물어보면서 부탁할 게 있다고 해서 talk to me라고 했는데 괜찮은 답변인가요? Yeah, it's okay. 뭐 저라면은요. What can I do? My English isn't very good, but what can I do? I'll do my best. What can I do? I'll do my best. 진짜 말바로 원하면 보면 갑자기 공부하기 싫어지고. I think we should be aware. 한 가지 인지를 해야 되는 게 있어요. We should be aware that for the average Korean person trying to learn English, our brain is constantly looking for a reason for us to quit. 항상 포기를 할 이유를 저희 뇌는 찾고 있어요. 왜냐면 하기 싫기 때문에 여러분 아시죠? 저희 뇌는요. 그 생존 본능이 너무 강해서 좀만 불편하고 싫은 거를 안 하게끔 하려는 성향이 있어요. 야, 하지마. 불편해. 도망가. 이거 하지마. 우리 가서 쉬자. 아무것도 하지마. 이런 성향이 있기 때문에 조금이라도 언제든지 영어를 포기하고 안 할 이유를 계속 찾아요. 그래, 내가 이래서 영어를 못하는 거야. 내가 이래서 영어 공부를 정상적으로 할 수 없지. 계속 이런 식으로 그 스스로 정당화하는 그런 게 있는데 그걸 좀 인지를 할 필요가 있어요. 그래야 그걸 극복할 수 있기 때문에. 저는 이런 인간 vs 인간? What? 대화는 알아듣는데 What? 영어는 미디어 말들은 못 알아듣겠어요. Okay. I see. Okay. That means you need to spend more time. It just means you need to spend more time consuming those kind of content. 그거는 진짜 그냥 시간 투자의 문제예요. 그리고 지금 이거는 그 context, 상황과 context를 다 알고 듣고 있는 거기 때문에 but in a lot of cases when you're consuming content online, you're not necessarily aware of what the context is. 그 이야기가 지금 그 대화의 앞뒤 맥락, 상황 이거를 항상 다 인지를 하고 듣는 게 아니기 때문에 that's why it's sometimes hard. If you're fully aware of what the context is of that conversation and dialogue, it just makes it a lot more easier. cross라는 형용사를 쓰면 화가 나는 거라던데 어떨 때 자주 쓰는 건가요? I'm not 이거 사실 예전에 한번 나온 적 있는데 I'm not very familiar with this expression. I'm not familiar with this expression. I can't believe I get to wake up to you. 여기서 wake up to someone 어떻게 해석하나요? 깨자마자 보는 사람이 그 사람일 때. 처음에 영어 자막 나오는 거 보면서 듣는 게 도움 될 거예요. Yeah, sure. How long has it been? Has it been since what? Yeah, that's true. 맞아요. That is absolutely true. When people ask me about, how they can improve this and how they can improve that, there's usually a secret condition to those questions. And the condition is, how can I do this? How can I do that without putting in much time or effort? And I think in a lot of cases, people are not aware that that's actually what they're looking for. They're looking for a way in which they don't have to put in much time and effort. And I think we need to be aware of that too. 방금 이거 읽는데 everything looks so good 예를 읽는데 everything looks so gay인 줄 알았어요. Okay. 10년 전 캘리포니아 아베크롬비 여직원 아직도 그녀가 뭔 말했는지 궁금해요. 속사포. 저는 오히려 오기가 생겨서 하게 되던데 안 들려? 그럼 들을 때까지 들어야지 이렇게. Yeah. Dude, I'm not a native. Can you say it again slowly? Yeah. We always try to step out our comfort zone. Try to step out of... You mean we always try to stay within our comfort zone? Absolutely what Sam mentioned about the brain is right. 잠시 듣기 연습 한번 계속 해보시면 도움돼요. Understanding comedy series is a real challenge. Yeah, that's right, comedy. Because there's a lot of reference to like popular culture. So without subtitle, it makes it a lot listening skill improve. 가끔 때려 맞춰요. 이건 어떻게 표현하냐? That's exactly true. 가끔 때려 맞춰요? 이건 어떻게 표현하냐? What? 가끔 때려 맞춘다? 때려 맞춘? Just guess. cross 영국 영어 미드에서 옷에 뭐 묻었는데 before it sets라고 나오지만 생각이 watching your lessons video is also one of the mosts 이렇게 쓰는지 모르겠지만 if I hadn't seen your lesson I couldn't have caught that expression before it sets. 많이 봐야 돼요. 많이 보고 많이 듣고. 그러니까 제가 항상 하는 얘기지만 여러분이 사실 이렇게 영어를 배우는 방법에 대해서 모르시는 분들 중에 대부분은 사실은 how I feel about it is actually venting. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. We need to vent to, because the stress is just too much, right? 약간 하소연을 해야 돼요. 하는 게 맞는데 그걸 좀 인지를 할 필요도 있어요. 왜냐면 여러분이 지금 고민하시는 부분, 막혀서 잘 안 되는 부분, 이거를 다 입장을 돌려놓고 생각해보면 이미 답은 나와 있어요. 한국어를 배우는 외국인에게 같은 고민에 대해서 우리가 조언을 한다면 이미 답은 나와 있어요. 어떻게 해야 되는지는 everybody already knows. The problem is we don't want to do it. Let's be honest. That's the situation for most people. You know exactly what you need to do, but you don't want to do it. That's the problem. 그래서 제가 계속해서 얘기를 하는 게 공부의 영역에서 빨리 벗어나서 영어를 그냥 평소에 쓰는 걸로 빨리 넘어가야 돼요. 오케이? 그래야만이 이거에 대해서 스트레스를 안 받을 수가 있어요. Today my brain told me not to come and just rest, but once I'm here, I feel like I made the right choice. Hey, 노란 키위님, what's up? I feel like it's been a while. Oh, shoot, you're right. Sorry. You were not meant to see my bare head. 단어 안 외우면 문장이 발전하지 않아요. You see, that's, 그러니까 이게 여러분이 영어를 계속 공부로서 접근하면은요, 이런 고민이 계속 생겨요. 그냥 평생 계속 이런 고민만 계속 하는 거예요. 그 영어를 매일 실제로 소통을 하기 위해서요. 강의 컨텐츠 소비 말고 영어를 평소에 진짜로 그냥 소통을 하기 위해서 매일매일 쓰잖아요. 이런 걱정이 사라져요. Okay? See what I mean? 프랑스어 강사분께 들은 얘기인데요. 한국에 출장 온 프랑스인에게 전화 받을 때 하는 한국말 여보세요를 알려줬더니 그 프랑스인이 처음 들어봤다며 깜짝 놀라더래요. 처음엔 뭐지 했는데 나중에 생각해보니까 우리는 여보세요라고 글로 쓰기만 하지 아무도 여보세요 고지고대로 말하지 않더라는. 여보세요 하지 않나요? 잠깐만. 그러고 보니까 여보세요가 따지고 보면 are you my wife라고 하는 거네. Are you my wife? Are you my husband? 맞나요? That's so weird. Are you my wife? Are you my husband? 되게 이상한 거다. 생각해보니까. 여기 보세요라고요? 여기 보세요? 자기세요? 여봐요를 좀 더 높여. 그런가요? 그래요? 오, 잠깐만. 근데 전화를 받으면서 그렇게 한다고 그러면은? 전화를 받으면서 내가 그 사람 보고 내 말을 들어 이거예요? 전화를 받는데? 그렇구나. 그래요? 이게 또 뭐 이야기가 많은가 보다. 상대방의 얼굴은 보이지 않는데 수화기 속의 사람과는 얘기를 해야 하겠고 그러자 나온 첫 마디가 여보세요, 이보아요, 여기를 보세요 하면서 수화기 안에 사람을 조심스럽게 불러본 것이다. 그 이후로 이거 어디에 나와 있는 설명인가 보다. 그 이후로는 다들 전화기에 귀를 갖다 대고 한다는 첫 마디가 여보세요였다고 한다. 오케이. 근데 전화 끊을 때 들어가세요 하는 것이 옛날에 공중전화 걸던 시절에 이제 전화 끊고 집에 가라. 그러니까 아니 생각해보니까 저는 진짜 그건 줄 알았어요. I thought it was Are you my wife? Are you my husband? 예. 누구세요? 예전에 제가 알던 사람 중에 한 명, I don't know who it was exactly, but someone I knew a while back, always when they answered the phone, they always said 누구세요? And I thought that was kind of weird, odd, and kind of funny, but that actually makes a lot of sense, right? If you are weak to cold, you should definitely try to use 파시 물주머니. I strongly recommend it. 파시 물주머니. Okay, I don't know what that is, but it sounds fancy. Sure, yeah. 역시 영어도 국어를 잘하는 사람이 잘하는 듯. No. I don't think that's true. It's a good bonus. It's certainly a good bonus. It certainly helps, of course. I can't deny that. But don't let that discourage you. Okay? Don't let it discourage you. 제가 알기로 hello는 전화 영어로 시작되었다고 들은 what? 그러다가 대면에서 hello라고 말하기 시작했다고 읽은 것을 기억. Oh, really? I had no idea. 어릴 땐 저도 누구세요라고 하기도 했던데 Who is it? 대문밖에 누군지 모를 때 쓰죠. 그쵸? 네. Who is it? 그리고 전화 받을 때 Who is this? 라고 하고요. What's the theme for today? We don't really have a theme. I just started this stream. Wait, is Ikenim here? She's not even here anymore. Guess she's busy or something, or maybe fell asleep. The reason I actually started this stream tonight was because of Ikenim. Because I was chatting with some of the people on Discord earlier, and Ikenim said, hey, why don't we just go on stream and chat a little bit? And I thought, okay, why not? And I wasn't even thinking of doing this stream today. It's kind of chip. It's a kind of chip. You can put hot water in the water bag, still warm in the morning. It's a kind of chip. That's interesting. So it's you mean like a device, like an electronic device? And I guess that generates heat or something? Oh, it's cheap. Oh, okay. It's cheap. Okay, it's cheap. Just hot water and it's like a hot water bottle? Like a hot water, is it a water bag? Water bottle? Didn't realize it's already midnight. Yeah, it already is. I have no idea. I don't know. 그냥 강조형이야. I have no idea는 전혀 모르겠다. Yeah. 그냥 강조형이에요. That's right. That is right. Feeling kind of hungry. Probably a really bad idea to eat at this hour, right? It's a silicone bag. I think I know what you're talking about. And I think those are called hot water bottles in English. Wait, hold on a second. Let me see if I can... give me a second here. Let me share the screen. See it, right? It's hot water bottle. See? I think this is what you're talking about, right, NJ? Hot water bottles? I think this is what NJ was talking about. Yeah, I have a monitor right here, and there's another one right on top. 어디선가 그냥 I don't know 하면 약간 띠껍게 들릴 수 있다고 들은 것 같아요. 사실인가요? 어떻게 말하면 더 좋을까요? It depends on the question. I don't know가 띠껍게 들리는 거는요. 그거는 그렇게 듣는 사람이 문제죠. That's my opinion. 제 의견은 그래요. My opinion is when someone says I don't know and if you take offense to that, 그거를 기분 나쁘게 듣잖아요. I think it's the listener's fault. Of course, it depends on the question. It depends on this. Everything depends on context, right? Without context, you can't really say anything about anything, right? So, but come on, let's be honest, right? Who are you는 거의 쓰면 안 되죠? No. No. No, of course not. 누구세요가 왜 거의 쓰면 안 되는 거예요? Who are you는 누구세요예요? 누구세요? Who are you? I feel like eating a night snack. I feel like having a late night snack, I guess you could say. I happen to teach so many kids with learning difficulties. Oh, okay. Well, that must be a tough job. Then I noticed that they started being exposed to smartphones when they were born. Yes, this is such a problem. And this is a it's a problem that's becoming exposed more and more in the US. I don't know how it is in Korea, but yeah. Kids who grow up watching kids' content, they call them iPad kids. Kids who grow up watching kids' content since they were little, a lot of them experience learning difficulties. That's so true. I think it's a really big problem. When you say water bottle, it makes me think of some kind of glass. No, right, when you just say water bottle, in most cases, it's the water, it's like, those like tumblers and stuff. But when you say hot water bottle, it's usually this. I don't know well라는 것은요, 어떤 사람을 잘 모른다. 그 사람이랑 친하지 않다. 보통 이럴 때 I don't know her very well. I don't know him very well. I don't know them very well. They don't know me well. We don't know each other well. 라고 하지. 어떤 것에 대해서 잘 모른다라고 할 때는 I don't know well는 콩글리시예요. 물론 의미가 전혀 안 통하는 건 아니겠지만 어색해요. 그렇게 얘기를 하면은요. I know였다고요? 알아가 왜 문제가 돼요? No, not at all. Aren't you sleepy? Rosie, it's okay. You can go to bed. You can go to bed. It's okay. Do I know you? Ever since 니가 I haven't used it. 했어야 되네요. It's okay. Don't worry about it. 언어는 안 쓰면 퇴화한다는데 쌤은 꾸준히 하는 영어 루틴 같은 거 있으신가요? Oh yes, absolutely. Okay, so for one, probably more than 90% of all the content, like every single content that I consume online, whether it's the news, reading news articles, reading blogs, reading movie reviews, streaming movies and shows on Netflix and whatnot, going on community websites and seeing what people are talking about. More than 90% of all the content that I consume online is done in English. And that already is a huge part. So I'm constantly using English all day, every day. Pretty much. Of course, it's not good as, being in an English in an all English environment and interacting with people face to face in English. Of course, it's not as good as that, but it's like the next best thing. Speaking 실력이 많이 늘었다고? In just 3 months? Wow, you're a fast learner. Okay. All right, keep at it. Keep up the great work. And thank you for letting me know. That's it's good to hear. In my neck. It makes me feel so sad. Pain in my neck? Oh, are you feeling pain in your neck? Oh, you mean about kids, iPad kids, and children content. Yeah, it's a problem. Yes, that's true, Sean님. But again, it depends. 비행기에서 기내 수화물 쪽에 앉아 계신 분이 안쪽에 있는 저희 짐을 대신 넣어드릴까 했을 때 no thanks 하면 안 되고 it's okay 라고 해야 하나요? No thanks 라고 해도 돼요. No thanks 라고 해도 돼요. It's okay. 근데 저라면은요? 저라면 I would say thanks but I'm good. Thank you but I'm good. Thanks but I can manage. I'm good. But I don't see any difference between TV and smartphones. Yeah. Well, no. Okay, so on smartphones, if you're referring to what I was talking about earlier about children content, there are certain YouTube channels that produce content for children. And a lot of those content are very problematic because they cause attention deficiency, like ADHD, because the content is designed to keep them hooked on the screen, to keep the children watching, right? And because these people are not professionals, they don't have any professional background in terms of how to make healthy content for children. What they do is they use the typical TikTok style videos. So when you look at a lot of those children content, not all of them obviously, but many of them, the way they are designed is they have very, very short clips and the scenes transition very quickly. Like each scene is only like 2 seconds and they keep moving on. And so it's not about keeping them focused on the story and what's going on. It's keeping them hooked on the stimuli. So they're just stimulating their brain, right? And that's all it's doing. And when you take that away, they become like retards. That's the problem with a lot of children content these days. Because for them, it's business. For the YouTube channel, it's just a business. And what they try to do is just try to keep the kids hooked. And the way to do that is just shining a lot of bright lights in front of them. I don't know you, but 좀 설명 부탁드립니다. 저는 사용하지만 참 흥미로운 표현이에요. I don't know you, but I'm not sure what you're asking. Like, what explanation do you need? I think a lot of people grew up with watching TV all day, but they grew up right. Sure. Yeah, there are a lot of people, even kids. I think it has a lot to do with how much time the parents actually spend with their kids and how genuinely they communicate with them, how connected they are with their children. Like mentally, emotionally, I think the connection between the parent and the child is very, very important. So communication, connection, emotional, mental connection, and communication, very, very important. And not a lot of people are doing that very properly. I know it's a very difficult thing to do, which is why I don't do it. So 이 표현은 문맥에 따라 다르겠지만 너 지금 장난 아니야? 이런 식으로도 그쵸? 예. 진짜야? 장난이야? 장난이지? Yeah, are you serious? Yeah, sure. 제이성님. 그죠? 진심이야? 이런 것도 있고요. I'm driving in Portugal. Awesome, 미션님. That's great. That is awesome. 사람 대화는 내가 알고 있는 주제가 정해져 있기 때문에 더 잘 들려요. Yeah. Of course. I found it difficult to find a right actress that I can impersonate or imitate to be fluent. I wouldn't, if I were you, I wouldn't look for an actress. I would look for a public figure. Some sort of public figure. When did this stream start? That's a good question. I think it started almost like 2 hours ago, maybe? 잘하는 거랑 잘 가르치는 거는 다른 건데 쌤은 잘하는 거 뭘 잘해요? Anyway, so when it comes to teaching, obviously, I mean, I think I have a lot of room to grow. There's a lot of room for improvement. And I mean, yeah, I really appreciate that you're saying this, that, you know, I appreciate the way that, you know, what you're saying about how I teach, but it wasn't always like this. You know, I've come a long way. I've been doing this for a very long time. And so I think that's a big part of it, I think. I heard someone just saying, I'm calling you out when I entered the meeting room. Is this something bad? It depends on the situation. I need to know, like, it depends on the situation. It can depend on so many things. TV already used to be referred to as 바보 상자 decades later. Even TVs make people stupid. So 유럽 사람들도 영어 잘 못한다고 하던데 맞나요? 실제로? It depends on the person. Of course it depends on the person. I mean, look at Korea. Do all people use Korean at the same level? No. So think how much of think of how, you know, how English is, because English is used internationally around the entire world, right? It's used throughout the entire world, so there are so many people who use English at different levels. And even inside, of course, it totally depends on the person. You see everybody looking down, walking, and sitting. We need time to do Hmong. One of the best books is 산책. I'm serious. Oh, okay, yeah. No, seriously, like, people need to kind of lay off of smartphone usage. Yes, it really depends on what content you're choosing. Called popcorn brains. You seem to know a lot about it. You mean like kids contents? You know, I spend a lot of time online looking at what people are talking about. 화면 주머니 사용해본 적 있어요. Ah, these. Right. TV contents on TV and YouTube are totally different. I don't know about you. 이건 많이 쓸 수밖에 없죠. 예. 너네는 어떤지 모르겠지만 이런 의미니까. Normal, formal, 발음 잘하는 팁이 있을까요? Normal, formal? Just try to mimic the sound the best you can. Try to mimic the sound the best you can. Normal, formal. Try not to... you don't need to try so hard to pronounce the L. Just normal, formal. Normal, formal. That's We used to watch 달려라 하니 or 두치와 뿌꾸 full version, but kids nowadays keep switching videos right after they lose interest. They don't learn. Right, exactly. And even within one video, there are just really just very short scenes stitched together one after another. Like one scene doesn't last more than 2 seconds. So they're constantly just they're not even watching a linear story. It doesn't connect. Just something happens for 2 seconds and another thing happens for 2 seconds, another thing happens for 2 seconds, and it's just like it's basically flashing bright lights in front of their eyes, and when you take that away, the brain actually feels pain from what I hear. Once they become addicted to the stimuli, when you take the stimuli away, the brain actually feels pain, and so the baby goes crazy. The other day, I heard the education minister would offer all the students a digital device to use ebooks in school. I think that issue could have bad effects on kids in different ways. I agree. Yeah. 길 물어보는 외국인한테 잘못 알려줘서 쫓아가면서 excuse me 했는 이럴 때 뭐 what? It's okay. It's okay. You can say excuse me. Excuse me sounds kind of funny. Can't believe this is live streaming since Sam looks so much younger. What? I look younger than before? Thank you. 프렌즈 심슨 가족 많이 보고 영어회화 독학 많이들 하던데. Yeah. Yes, then you should stick to Family Guy. It's always listen to your gut feeling. Always follow your interest. Don't worry about what other people are doing. I just got back home from my coworker's farewell party, and I was kind of shocked you're still having live stream. Farewell party, okay, that's great. Yeah, this is probably the latest that we've ever streamed. I don't think I've ever streamed until this late into the night. And there were programs depending on the timetable, so we had to wait 만화 영화 time. But YouTube is on 24, right, exactly. And it's too convenient. It's too convenient. Everything is so easy and everything is so quick. And so I think we assume, and this is kind of how I think it connects to the difficulty that people have learning English, is they can't wait. People have become so impatient. They've lost their patience. They've lost the ability to actually put in time consistently, put in consistent effort and time into something. I think it's not just kids. I think adults have lost that ability to some extent as well. How and when you decide teaching English as your career, or was it just natural? It was just natural. Yeah. Hey, Cheese Neem, what's up? Yeah, I think so. That's what people say. It's a good thing that I was able to protect my kids from YouTube so far. Oh, that's great. Good for you. Excuse me. It does sound like me. 버스 정류장에서 버스가 도착하는 거 보면서 It's about time이라고 했다면 버스가 이제야 오네 라는 의미일까요? 아니면 지금쯤 올 거... 이제서야 오네. 기다렸다가 이제 드디어 이제서야 온다라는 그 느낌이에요. It's about time. Family Guy? I don't think I've ever watched Family Guy. Family Guy. Yes, Family Guy. 저는 한국 드라마 영어 성우로 봅니다. Interesting. Interesting. Wow, we're living in good times, aren't we? We are living in good times. 드디어 오네? 그쵸, 그런 느낌이에요. 이렇게 많이 보면서 내 이야기 만들고 연습하고 있는데 양이 점점 쌓이면서 지난번 것들을 잃어버리는 것이 너무 겁나요. Oh, no. 그런 거는 진짜 걱정 안 하셔도 돼요. 그거는 너무나도 영어를 공부로서 접근하고 공부로서 그걸 바라보는 그 습관적인 관점, 그것 때문인 거예요. 그거를 빨리 거기서 벗어나야 돼요. 이거를 그러니까 이게 어디에서부터 시작하냐면 어느 강의가 있어요. 그 강의 내용을 전체적으로 내가 이해를 잘 못하면 이건 내 수준에 맞는 강의가 아니고 이거는 보면 안 되고 더 쉬운 거를 찾아야 된다. 이거 자체가 여러분은 이게 잘 믿겨지지 않겠지만 이거 자체가 잘못된 거예요. 완전히 그냥 영어와의 관계가 완전 잘못되어 있는 거예요. 이런 식으로 생각이 든다면. 언어는 수학이 아니기 때문에 뭐 나한테 수준에 딱 맞는 걸 어떻게 해서 체계적으로 뭐 밑바닥부터 이렇게 하면 안 돼요. 언어를 배우는 거는 여러분도 조금만 생각해보면 바로 느껴질 거예요. 영어를 배우는 것은 어떤 뭐 건축학이나 뭐 수학처럼 뭔가 이렇게 체계적으로 이게 아니라 언어를 배우는 거는 다른 나라의 문화에 가서 거기에서 적응을 하는 과정이랑 비슷한 거예요. 생각해보면 당연히 그렇겠죠. 어떻게 안 그러겠어요. 언어를 배우는 거는 수학을 배우는 것과는 달리 그 나라에 가서 다른 나라에 가서 그 문화와 환경에 적응하는 과정이랑 비슷한 거예요. 그래서 제가 항상 하는 얘기가 something that I always say, learning a language is not about it's not about gaining information. It's not about collecting information and remembering things, right? It's not about understanding. It's about adapting. 언어를 배우는 것은 뭔가를 이렇게 이해하고 암기하고 그거를 활용에 넣고 이게 아니라 적응의 과정이에요. 영어는 외국어를 배우는 거는 적응하는 과정이에요. 그래서 뭔가를 까먹는다. 여러분 언어를 기억으로 하는 게 아니잖아요. You're not using English by remembering things, okay? 한국어도 엄청 빨리 말하잖아요. 한국어도 엄청 빨리 말하잖아요, 사람들. 킴 카르다시안처럼 목소리를 깔아서 voice what do they call that? 뭐라고 부르더라? Vocal frying? They call that vocal frying? People hate that. People hate vocal frying. It actually makes you sound really dumb. Vocal frying. I also watch some Korean TV shows in English dubbed. That's not so fun at all. It's not fun watching it dubbed, right? Watching the dubbed version. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. 빨리 말하는 건 스페인어가 제일 유명한 듯. I think when it comes to language, I don't think it's fair to say that a certain language is faster than another language. I think it always depends on the person. It always depends on the person. I think, to me, in my mind, saying that a certain language is very fast is kind of like saying, oh, the name Amy is for fat girls. Have you ever heard anybody say that a certain name is used by a certain kind of person? It's kind of like that. They're only speaking from their personal experience. So if you feel like English is fast, it's because you happen to hear someone talking fast. That's it. That's really all it is. That is really all it is. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. 외국어 공부할 때 힘든 거, 반대로 외국인들 한국어 배울 때 똑같이 힘들어요. It's only difficult if you approach it like a subject in school. When you're only approaching it like you're studying the language, then it's always hard, whatever language it is. That's why it's so important for you to move away from studying and to just use it. Use the language. These days, my partner and I are trying to have as much conversation as we can in English. It's very helpful, a lot, I suppose. Sure, of course, yeah. Just whatever you can do. Whatever you can do. Family Guy. 에서 제일 정상이 개, Brian이 제일 정상. I haven't seen that actually. I haven't seen a single episode of Family Guy. I don't know why. I guess it never really appealed to me for some reason. But then again, I never really watched any animated series aside from a very few like Beavis and Butthead, Ren and Stimpy, or Simpsons. I guess I did watch a few. 이렇게 잘 선생님이나 프리토킹 참여하는 거 못 알아들어도 왠지 알아들을 것 같고 끝나면 그냥 그렇다고. No. I think it's very important for you to tune into the stream. I'm not just saying that because it's what I do and that I need the views or attention. But the reason I stream is, well, first of all, I enjoy it because I get to spend I get to spend time with people I know, people I like you're my online friends, right? But secondly, it's really what you guys need. You need to just spend time using English. That's a big part of the reason why I do this. So I like to say whatever pops into my head. Practice makes perfect. I take a walk after a long day speaking English with the language learning app. I'm glad I can speak with an AI speaker day in and day out. Yeah, sure. Yeah, using ChatGPT is a big help. It's a very good tool you can use. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty are modeled after the characters from Back to the Future, right? I think if I were to start watching an animated series, that might be one of the ones that I actually watch. I know, right? I think it's my very first time stream. I've never streamed this late into the night before. Namnim, thank you for the extra support. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for the extra support. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much. 호주 와서 느낀 건데 사람들이 부사를 진짜 많이 쓰는 것 같아요. 같은 말을 해도 부사를 잘 쓰면 더 잘해 보이는 느낌. Yeah, I think that's one of the yeah, I agree. I think I had a lesson on that, using more adverbs. Isn't it obvious? It's also one of, yeah. That's right. Netflix standing comedy 많이 봐요. Taylor Tomlinson 짱. Standing comedy? Yeah, standing comedies are, I mean, hey, whatever keeps you interested. Whatever keeps you going. I know, right? Beavis and Butthead. It's probably not good for English learners, but it's just so damn fun. Thank you, 임광재님. Thank you very much for the extra support. I really appreciate that. That is very, very, very appreciated. Very, very appreciated. 독일에서 몇 년 살고 포르투갈로 이사 왔는데 포르투갈어는 포기했어요. 대신 영어를 열심히 공부하기로 하고 매일 하고 있어요. 쌤 덕분에 영어. Wow, that's great. Okay. Wow. Live in Portugal. What time do you usually stream? Live chatting? Just chatting like this? I just do these very randomly. Like today was very, very random. Like completely out of the blue. So, did you see a series called Partner Track on Netflix? No. I'm assuming that it's like a series about like law firms and lawyers. People who are like attorneys. But no, I haven't seen it. Is it good? Do you recommend it? Partner Track? 옛날엔 디즈니를 공부하는 것도 유명했던 것 같아요. 각종 공주들. I still love Disney movies so much. Disney movies have gotten, a little, they've leaned a little too much into the woke culture, I think. And so it's been, it's been causing a lot of stir among viewers and, fans. So I did definitely enjoy the old ones, though. The ones that they're producing nowadays, not so much. Oh, you mean Disney animated movies, not just Disney movies. Okay, so Disney animated movies. Yeah. They're still pretty good, I think. I started reading a book titled Because of Winn-Dixie and summarized chapter 1 using sentences in the book. After that, I memorized them naturally. Feels good. Interesting. Okay. I don't know that one, Winn-Dixie. Then again, I don't know most books. 영어 잘하게 느끼는 건 발음도 중요하다고 하더라고요. 실제로 외국인들이 한국어 발음이 좋으면 별말 안 해도 한국어 잘한다 이렇게 말하게 되니까요. 영어도 원어민에게 그렇게 들릴까요? I think if you have good pronunciation, it's a big plus. It is a big plus. And that's why, although it's one of the most difficult things to master, it's really, really difficult, and it takes a lot of, I think more than anything else, it takes a lot of courage. What is required? What you need to do to improve your pronunciation. There are a lot of things you can do, but more than anything else is actually courage. Most people don't have the courage to actually mimic their pronunciation. Most people can do it, but it just feels so different and weird when they actually try to mimic the sound. And that's why they have the very Korean accent when they speak English and the pronunciation. So I think it's a big leap. You really need to take a huge leap in order to actually learn the pronunciation. But again, if you can actually improve your pronunciation in a meaningful to a meaningful degree, then it's a really big plus. It's a big advantage, I think. Disney has a lot of movie franchises. Yes, right. I was supposed to listen to him for my worship team, but I ended up joining the stream. It's almost what? Uh-oh. All right, maybe we should we got to end the stream at some point, right? Okay. All right. It's time for bed, everybody. Okay. Thank you, NJ, for stopping by. So good to see you again. Welcome back. 발음 억양 뭐가 더 중요할까요? I don't think you can separate those. 그거를 분리할 수는 없는 것 같아요. I think they always go hand in hand. 항상 그건 같이 다니는 것 같아요. You can't only work on your pronunciation and you can't only work on your intonation. I don't think that works. I think they always go hand in hand. You got to do all that in an integrated way. I felt sorry when Opal. Okay, it's about something that I don't know. 저 급식이 때 C를 C가 아니라 C로 발음한다고 친구들이 느끼하다고 웃었던 기억이 나. Yeah. We all have a certain degree of discomfort. I think we all feel uncomfortable when it comes to, using English the way it's supposed to be pronounced. 미국 국무부가 발표한 자료에 한중일 이 세 나라가 가장 배우기 어려운 레벨 4, 최소 2200시간 투자 요구 언어 중 하나라고 되어 있어요. 영어를 못하는 이유가 있는 듯. Yeah. 이 세 나라 가장 배우기 어려운 레벨 4. So Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. Not English? I'm not sure what this data is telling us. Again, I just want to remind everybody that without even realizing it, you will always be looking for a reason that you cannot learn English. That is scary. It is scary. And you know what? You'll probably say it's not true, but I am pretty, in my mind, there's a psychological phenomena that's happening in people's brains. When people are given a reason why it's so hard to learn English, they feel a sense of comfort. Because it's telling them, oh, so it's okay for my English to be bad. It's okay that I'm not able to learn English quickly or fast. I think that's a very strong psychological reaction that we have, okay? And right, yeah. And so I think we need to be aware of that. You need to be aware. Because think about this. I've seen a lot, well, not many, but I've seen quite a few people learn English very, very comfortably. I've seen a lot of people learn English quite comfortably and naturally and quickly. And the way they do that, how do they do that? They move away from studying. They move away from studying and they just use the language. No more stress. In order to get to that point, it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage. It might be really helpful to me by writing down my own sentences, chatting, and practicing through this channel at this hour. I really appreciate it, teacher. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and spending time with me. Yeah, Helena님. Nice seeing you guys. Have a good. Alright. 제가 존경하는 친구가 있어요. 생활고로 아내로서 40 중반의 캐나다에서 3년째 간호과를 다시 들어가기 전 40대 초반부터 요양사로 어르신 4년을 섬겼어요. 헬로우도 못하셨어요. 30대 초반에. 그러나 그 서바이벌 영어를 4년 겪고 결국 3년째 간호과도 다시 들어가고 지금 주립대 헤드너스로 일합니다. That's great. I didn't really get all the details, but it sounds like a very successful story. Yeah. Good night. Have a good night. 죄송해요. 영어 문화권 사람이 배우기 힘든 언어요. 영어 문화권 사람이 배우기 힘든. 영어 문화권 사람이 배우기 힘든. Okay, so Chinese, Korean, and Japanese, these languages are difficult for English-speaking people to learn. Oh, so I guess, Jin, what you're saying is that it works both ways? That because it's hard for them to learn our language, for the same reason, it's hard for us to learn their language. Is that what you're saying? You know, I think every language is hard to learn. Okay, I get. Gotcha, yeah. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, I think. I think that's fair to say. That's safe to say. But I think, you know, every language is hard to learn. Every language is hard to learn when you're approaching it like you're studying a subject in school. I know, yes, that's right. And that's probably a big reason why you're not allowing yourself to just use the language comfortably. I know that's hard. That is something you have to just overcome. And there's no way to overcome that. The only thing that you can do is just face it. Just face it head on. 영어 컴플렉스가 있는데 나름 최선을 다해 어렵게 얘기할 때 외국인 상사 동료들이 매번 sorry what 하니까 너무 기가 죽어요. 뭐가 문제일까요? You're not using the language enough. 언어를 평소에 사용하는 시간이 너무 적으신 거예요. 그 일을 하실 때 외의 시간 있죠. 일을 하실 때 외의 시간. 그냥 인터넷에 접속해서 하시는 여러 가지가 있죠. SNS를 보든 유튜브 영상을 보든 TV를 보든 극장에 가서 영화를 보든 이런 거를 하는 시간의 일부를 다 영어로 바꿔서 해야 돼요. That's the only way. So your problem, Sassy님, your problem is that you're not spending enough time using English. So your English is not improving fast enough. And the reason is you're not spending enough time. I know that's not what you want to hear. I know you're probably, your brain is secretly looking for an easy and quick way, but it's not going to happen. I don't think my English is pretty good yet. I didn't say just one word in English before, but now I can barely speak at this level due to Parmesan. I find it important. I think one of the most important thing is just doing it. Not waiting for the right moment, not waiting until you're ready, but just doing it. Remember that your English doesn't have to be good. It never has to be good. Just as long as you're learning. Just use it to communicate, you know. 영어는 한국에서 학생을 평가하는 기준 중 하나여서 like 도덕 점수, 수학 점수, right. 영어를 못한다는 거는 부끄럽다는 인식이 스스로에게 있죠. 중국어를 못해서 부끄럽다는 건 없잖아요. Right, exactly. And that's why I've said so many times in throughout you know, I've said this so many times, but most Korean people have a very toxic relationship with English. Many people have a very toxic relationship with English. It's like being in a relationship with a very bad partner. Very toxic relationship. And I think I'm glad that DHK-님 actually said this, because this is something that I've been trying to, this is a message that I've been trying to put out there so many times. And it's important for us to be aware of this, because it's so true. This is probably one of the biggest things that's holding us back as English learners. I don't mean to be rude, but what do you think about Konglish, for example? Mind control. Mind control is not Konglish. Wannabe is not English. Visual gaggle. I don't know what gaggle is, but wannabe, mind control are not Konglish, actually. Wannabe is English. It's like he's such a wannabe. What do I think about Konglish? I used to think Konglish was bad, but not anymore. I think it's kind of interesting. For example, there are a few Konglish words that even native speakers find very impressive. One is skinship. I've heard many native speakers say that's a very interesting and fun Konglish term, skinship. I can't think of what the others are, but apartment, 아파트. I guess saying 아파트 instead of apartment. I'm not sure if 아파트 is really Konglish. I guess it is Konglish, but it's just a term that we use for convenience, I guess. Sure, I'll try. We'll try to have more streams like this. 영어를 못한다, 공부를 못한다는 모습으로 받아들여질까 인식이 이어져서 그럴까 아닐까 싶습니다. Probably, yeah, probably. And that I guess that's the more fundamental problem that we have. It's like having good grades actually determine who we are as a person. You know, that's a month ago when I went abroad and listened to a local tour guide, I felt pretty comfortable, even though I couldn't understand it perfectly. I think I got used to uncomfortable feeling of English. That's important too. It's important to feel okay. It's very important to be okay not being able to communicate at 100%. I think that's very, very important. It's difficult to get to that point, to get to that level as a learner, being okay not understanding everything and being okay not being able to communicate with 100% effectiveness, but I think that's very important. 영어학원 등록하려면 자기 레벨을 써야 하잖아요. 근데 비기너 인터 나누는 기준이 뭐예요? It's your fluency. Your fluency. 얼마나 그거죠? 얼마나 잘하는지. 반편성을 해야 되니까. 비슷한 수준의 사람들이랑 같이 있어야 같은 수업을 했을 때 비슷하게 그게 받아들여지니까. 물론 똑같은 레벨이다 하더라도 약간 차이는 있긴 한데 강세 연음만 정확히 해도 좋아질 것 같아요. 강세라도 정확히. Yeah, but it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take. Sure, of course, you're absolutely right, and it takes time. 초들러 보고 영어를 배우고 있는데요. 아직 회화를 못하는데 코엠님 영상에서 화상 통화를 해서 써먹어 보라고 하시던데 영어 회화를 못해도 일단 통화를 해야 하나요? 네. Absolutely. 운전을 다들 잘해서 시작하는 게 아니잖아요. 처음에 시작할 땐 다 못해요. 근데 대부분의 사람들이, 물론 이것도 예외는 있어요. 잘 안 되는 사람들도 있는데 뭐 사고 나고 막 이제 트라우마 겪고 그러면 잘 못하는데 그런 사람들도 있겠죠. 근데 대부분의 사람들은 운전을 배우기 시작해서 결과적으로는 운전을 하고 멀쩡히 하고 다니는 이유가 처음에 잘 안 되고 막히고 욕먹고 경적 먹고 사고도 나고 해도 그냥 하기 때문에 그게 느는 거예요. 우리가 살면서 배우는 건 다 똑같아요. It's all the same. 막혔다고 어떻게? 이건 어떻게 고쳐? 이건 어떻게 해결해? 계속해서 주저앉아서 이렇게 하면은요, you're never gonna move forward. 절대로 전진을 못해요. It's the same with anything in life. It's the same with anything in life. 콩글리시 하면 개그맨 유세윤님이 오토바이를 미국 사람이 못 알아들어서 오토바이라고 발음하신 적이 있다고 한 게 기억나요. 오토바이. That's funny. Hi, I live in Michigan. Here is Saturday. It's Saturday here. Okay. Saturday morning. I'm going to get my dog vaccination. Oh, okay. In Michigan. What time is it in Michigan? Oh, we got to end this stream. This is ridiculous. Like 원룸은 주로 스튜디오라고 하는 듯이요. Yeah, I think so. No, you can say one room. I think you can say one room. Although maybe that's Konglish, I'm not sure. 영어는 문과가 아니라 예체능이 더 맞음. I don't really know about that. I think they call it a one-room studio. You can say studio apartment, like a studio apartment. 일단 뭐라도 해야지 머리가 돌아오고 어떻게든 영어를 써야 한다 생각을 해서 뭐든 하는 게 느는 것 같아요. Yes. Throughout my entire career, throughout my entire English teaching career, I have never met someone who I felt succeeded in learning English that only studied the language. So everyone that I've seen succeed in learning English, they've all moved on from studying the language to actually using the language. So in my mind, the only way you can actually, in a very normal way, in a very healthy way, the only way that you can learn the language naturally is to move away from all the studying activities that people talk about. Okay? That's very, very important. And so my advice is just do everything and anything you can. And you should always mix it up. Don't try to stick to certain methods. It's not going to work. How do I know my fluency or evaluate? How can I find it? Well, in fact, from what I understand, when you are trying to sign up for an English class at a 학원, they usually do a level test. They usually conduct a level test. So a teacher talks to you for about like 10 minutes or probably less than that. They talk to you for about 5 minutes and they usually evaluate. They usually decide what level you are and they put you in one of those classes. So they haven't done that with you? 쌤, 일할 때 챗GPT로 영어 번역을 돌려서 일하는 건 도움이 된다고 생각하시나요? Yes, absolutely. 제가 생각했던 영어 문장과 얼마나 일치하는지 채점하는 답안지처럼 참고하는 방법이요. There's no way. There's no way that you can do that without someone who actually speaks both languages fluently. There's absolutely no way. So we do not yet have the level of technology that can in which we can 100% trust translations. The translation technology that we have is still quite limited. I mean, we've come a really long way. We've come a long way. We've made huge strides and we've made huge advancements, but it's still not perfect. So when it comes to catching like detailed nuances, we're still very limited. We're still very limited. 막대한 양의 input is very important. I think putting in well, you know, that's I think it's more important to mix it up. Have a good balance of input and output. And in a lot of cases, I think it's important, more importantly, I think it's important not to distinguish it, not to distinguish input and output. Oops says no. Just listen and say a lot without fear. That's it. Absolutely. Amen. Amen to that. See, this is the kind of statement that makes me actually religious. There's really nothing to it. Do a lot of listening, do a lot of reading, do a lot of talking. Just try not to be afraid. That's it. Usually people don't want to do that. People want to avoid it. People want a quicker way, an easier way. And so they're always looking for a method. 순두부 꺼내 먹고 있어요. Cool. Isn't that just obvious? The purpose of learning is to use it in real life, right? Yeah, absolutely. Chicken. That sounds good. 어학원 레벨 테스트 했는데 문법이랑 독해 봐서 레벨 나눴어요. Yeah. I used to do that a lot when I was working at a hagwon. I would always get called in for level tests. Yeah. The level tests were always kind of fun because I got to meet a lot of new people. I hope I can watch your live stream on Toddler Channel tonight. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Today is very helpful. Thanks. Okay, have a good night. I'll maybe see you tomorrow. It's the hardest thing for me to talk on the phone in English. It's hard because there's an extra level of difficulty because of the audio quality, right? The audio quality, it's funny how we don't seem to have, we still don't, even after all these years, like the audio quality of phone calls still haven't improved much, even with all the technology that we have. That's kind of ridiculous, I'd say. But anyway, yeah, it's hard for me too. Sometimes it's really hard depending on the audio, like the connection of the phone call and the audio quality. It's sometimes really hard to understand what people are saying over the line. 레벨카스트 같은 건 안 봤어요. 아, 전화 영어요. 써서 내라고 한다고요? Okay, that's it's a little too easy to do that, but they're making their work a little too easy, I think. They need a system where they can actually effectively determine what your level is by talking to you for about 5. You know, I think you should suggest it, Crackerneam. Crackerneam, I think you should make a suggestion. Say, hey, let me talk to one of your teachers for about 5 minutes and you decide which level I am. I don't think that's a hard thing for them to do. 배고플 땐 자야 돼요. That's good advice. First of all, drink a huge glass of water and then try to put yourself to sleep. 오늘 이태원에 있는 외국계 회사 최종 합격하고 다음 주부터 출근이네요. Alright! Congrats, man! Congrats! 취준할 땐 생각도 못했던 외국계 회사였는데 어안이 벙벙하네요. 어안이 벙벙하다고요? 어안이 벙벙해요? 부족해도 자신감 있게 영어면을 봤는데 역시 하면 되네요. 군 생활할 때, 운전할 때, 시간 할 때 생각이 들으면서 짬짬이 공부했는데 도움 많이. Wow, that's great. Hey, Give yourself some credit, man, because you actually decided, you committed to it, and you put in the time and effort. Hey, bravo, man, bravo. That's great. Oh, it's an Itaewon. Cool. All right. I've been working on my English for ages, but I still find it very challenging. I'm in my mid-50s. I think it's just that I'm not using it enough, just like you said. Yeah. And, you know, I think one of the one of the more important aspects of you know, moving away from studying it, moving away from simply consuming education content, right? Like English learning content, and moving away from those things and actually putting the language to use, putting it to practical use. Probably the most important aspect of that is once you are actually using it to communicate, right, on a practical level, it doesn't really matter, like, whether you, I mean, sure, if you're improving, that would be great, but you start to actually, you stop worrying about that. You stop worrying about, oh, am I improving? Because you're actually using it. And as long as you have the intention of improving, and as long as you're trying to improve as you put it into practical use, then that's all you really need to do. There really isn't much you should do beyond that. 대전 성심당에서 산빵 먹고 있음. 저질렀음. 저질러버렸어. Say I've done it. I guess you could. I've gone. You know, I've done it again. Speechless. 어안이 벙벙. Oh, is that what it means? 어안이 벙벙 means speechless? That's a fun expression. 어안이 벙벙. 라고 말하는 쌤이 어안 벙벙해졌다는. What? 뜬금없지만 어안이 벙벙하세요? 라는 말 처음 들어보는 것 같아요. 어안이 벙벙. 외국에 다니면 좋은 점. 영어학원 따로 안 다녀도 매일매일 생존과 직결되기 때문에 영어를 놓을 수 없음. 축하드립니다. Yeah! It's only gonna get better from now on, right? It's only gonna get better. 어안이 벙벙. 믿기지 않을 정도로 놀랍다. Oh, okay. I forgot what the context was, though. Well, I hope so too, yeah. I go to native English class once a week, as long as I have time. Then I take a seat near the teacher. If the teacher asks us for small talk, I would start to talk about what I prepared the topic first. So you just start talking about whatever topic you chose? I don't want to be caught in fear. Yes, just do it. Just do it. Doesn't matter. Sometimes it's not going to go as smoothly as you had hoped. Sometimes, you know, you imagine yourself talking in English. That happens to me all the time too. I imagine myself talking about something, and when I actually do it, you know, more often than not, it doesn't come out the way I imagined it, and that's okay too. I watched the movie Deadpool and Wolverine without subtitles. There's too much memes about Marvel, so I couldn't hardly understand. Yeah, that's okay too. That's all right too. And I think that is a good reason for you to use ChatGPT. Like if you really want to, I mean, you don't have to, but if you really want to, you could actually ask ChatGPT what the character meant when they said this and that. You can ask. And I think ChatGPT can actually give you an answer. I think we just go for it instead of making excuses, especially speaking English every day to enhance our fluency. Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the reasons I said that, you know, we're constantly looking for a reason not to do it. We're constantly looking for justifications for our lack of commitment and effort. Like we're constantly looking for a reason, like an explanation, right? We're always looking for an explanation why I don't have to improve my English. Why? Because it's so hard. And that's it's one of the things we have to overcome. And that's why I keep talking about it, because we have to be aware of it first to overcome it, right? So DHK님 says, I enjoyed it though. Oh yeah, that's what's important, right? It's a great tool. It is a great tool for sure. Yes. I was kind of late on it though. I started using it a lot later than other people, I think. Okay. All right. Hey, it's 1:30, guys. I think it's time for us to go to bed. Oh, man. This is, I don't know why we've been doing this so late into the night. All right. Anyway, so, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. I think I'm going to call it a day. Wait, maybe let's read this one more. 언어교환 모임 때 꽤 여러 번 나갔는데 영어가 느는지 모르겠네요. 모임에서 항상 하는 말, 예를 들어 자기소개이랑 리액션만 느는 것 같아요. 제가 성격이 소심해서 말을 많이 못하고 듣기만 하다가 들어와서 그런가 봐요. Could be. Yeah. It's I think it's the same when it comes to our own language as well. I think, yeah. 언어 교환 모임 나갔는데 잘하심. There's certainly a tendency for people who are already doing very well to go out there. And in a lot of cases, sure, they're there to either maintain or improve their language proficiency. But I think it's really difficult for beginners or people who aren't able to communicate very effectively to be in a group like that and to try to join in on the conversations because of how well other people are doing. And so I guess the only realistic thing that you can do is to find a smaller group. Find a smaller group of people who are preferably around the same level as you, but I know that's going to be really hard. Yeah. Of course. Exactly. Yes. It's hard for me to believe as well. Me too. 전화 영어 수업에서 항상 하는 말만 하기 싫어서 재밌는 주제가 생각나면 메모해두는 수첩을 만들었더니 꽤 도움됐어요. It's good too. It's good too. 원래 말 많은 사람들이 영어도 금방 늘더라고요. 박찬호 형님만 봐도. Yeah, that's that goes without saying. I think that's pretty obvious. I think it's because I have the window open right now. It's cold air is coming in. Okay. All right. Anyway, I think we should call it a day. It's not. It's like I said, this is like a record. It's like a record, right? We've never streamed this late into the night before, but here we are. Okay. So yeah, maybe we'll do this more often next time. Again, thanks everybody for tuning in, spending time with me. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. I hope I can see you again very soon in a future live stream or in a future lesson video, okay? Yeah, sleep tight, everybody. Sleep tight. Good night, everybody. See you again.